Hello, it's like here to show you the Dora the Explorer. It's like a Dora the Explorer, and as long as letter Q, it's like Q for quite smart. As you have it right here, is that like talked about from the previous is so far the letter Z is talking about ways to how to manage your money so far as positive. It's like positive and negative, but you got it right here. So you get the leaf right here talking about how to manage the money as so far as working with it. But right here you get to see the pony is growing your own bubble gum, and so far is growing the garden. But so far the money tree, and along with the characters you got boots, and along with the backpack, and along with collecting apples, and along right here will be is like so far as planet count. But right here is you get the leaf. And so far as if you were to save, some money, so far as maybe a couple of dollars, or a couple of $100, or a couple of thousands of dollars, or say it goes a trillion, or whatever you call it, you name it, that more likely if you were to make any kind of savings is to grow a tree with whatever savings that you have. And so it's like so far with the letter Z is to start from zero, or it could be is like so far as is you say for positive and a negative, and of course right here is if you're at the positive, it's like positive and then it continue for it to grow, but then you go to negative and then it goes down to the root, and then it goes down to the root, goes down to the center stem of the tree and allow it to grow some more. But then so far as is that if we all know that of course if we were to spend any type of money, it could be student loan or whatever it is, or paying off a certain type of a debt, and if we were have it to where that whatever money that we do spend, that more likely say this you go be is to a wedding. It's like so far as for a family reunion, or it could be a wedding or whatever it is. But you got the wedding ring right here, that you have it to where you get the wedding ring. It could be as a spouse or that fiance or whatever, and it's like you have the ring right here, and then along with the wedding dress, it's like you get this, they say carriage. They say you call it the carriage, and so far as that that heart of love, and what you have it right here is that you would that Dora is that if Dora would save any type of money, then it's like if maybe buy herself a carriage, is like go pony riding along with it. It's like every step is like if we all remember those steps, it's like take one step at a time, and so forth, whatever that comes to your mind. So far as if we do, as you say, the basic math, if you call it the basic math or financial math, or say calendar years math, calendar years math, and then more, that you would is like come up with the idea of whatever book that you want to write about ways to how to manage your money. And a lot of times they say this, some people say, well, I'll pay by cash, but then by cash, that if Dora were to get an allowance, that more likely, they talked about in letter W, that if you get an allowance, that more likely that you go out and then you want to, it's like keep it in your pocket, and then from keep it in your pocket and then go out and spend it, whatever it is, spend it online. But more likely that we all know that the whole purpose, I guess, is about having a credit card, to say a bank account. More likely is that the fact is about that is that we can all respect the services of the use for it. And so say this is that more likely you could probably say that the footsteps are more likely are free, because it's that every step that you take, no matter if it's buying a carriage, or it could be buying a house, or whatever you call it, buying the hat for that cute little outfit, or whatever you call it. It's like is to more buying a device. It could be related to a computer, or would you say music reader, whatever type of toys that you can maybe think of. That a Dora the Explorer, but Dora the Explorer is so far as to do the math, is to find out is that how much is that going to cost or whatever. Build yourself a money tree. It's like would you say we all probably heard that many a times before, that money don't grow on trees. But then of course the tree that you make, if you want to use, say your brain, it's like you use your brain, and along with the eyes, like use whatever that comes to your mind to be able to build a money tree. And it could other than apples, it could contain oranges, or it could contain pears, or strawberries, or blueberries, or whatever you call it, such as bubblegum plants, or whatever you call it. But to build yourself like a tree where you can keep a track of how the money goes in and how it comes out. And a lot of times that if you cut the roots in a way for it to grow back, is more or less it's like to start from zero, and then is to let the balloon float yourself up just by taking a few steps. It's like taking a few steps to the left or the right, and then more like they probably say that more like be to the left. It's like to take it to the left and then go right. But I just say whatever direction that you had to take in order to get it to go above negative. Would probably say that you need to have an idea first, and then that idea first is of course is to work on allowing the root to grow anymore. It's like if you got to plant more seeds or whatever you call it. But you got boots right here. It's like boots along with backpack to fill the backpack up with apples, and then allow it to collect more apples. And then of course it's like for allowed to say is so far as teamwork, and along with the hats. You buy the hats, and each hat would represent a group of what you say, it could be a family reunion, or it could be as they say that a gathering or a wedding or whatever you call it. But of course, say this: if you were to spend money on a wedding, that is like the stuff that you would buy, with maybe $1 million or whatever you call it. It's like most weddings, I guess to say, would cost about that much, maybe a little less than that. It depends on how nice, how special it is, so far as getting married, and then also as and having children. But it's like this, for Skittles and taste the rainbow. It's like, I don't know if I would taste the rainbow, but more like I would probably say that is really just if you wanted to taste anything, just to see the taste, to see if if the idea works. But it's like whatever ideas that you come up with so far as managing the money, but not actually look at. But I mean, as by thinking of some ideas in your mind, writing them down, whatever, that as to what you can do so far as for the hard work. But so far as that letter Q, you get the quite smart, and it's like for Dora is that you make the smart decisions about how to handle your money. And so far as with the Apple products, if we all remember about Apple products, is that the fact about Apple products is that this symbol right here is related. It looks very similar to the iPad reader, or the computer, the ping pong, however, the HP, or the compact, or whatever you call it, the computer devices nowadays by Apple. If you begin to wonder if Apple is where it got its name from, that the whole brand, that the brand name for say so far as Apple, is that it's like you got that from you say is apple picking. But more like with Dora the Explorer, or a few of us here will probably say that now, more like that's just the company name or the brand name or whatever. But you can maybe also look at it is that more like that the apples grow on trees, and then the trees are what you call produced by your own creation. It's like to work as a team, and really to be able to to make that goal happen. But so far as with calendar years, there's a website where you can go to where you can look up the year